Started when I was 3, and I started Mommy and Me classes. And the class was a ballet, like half ballet, half gymnastics, but then I was doing gymnastics in ballet class. So the teachers were just like, you need to only do gymnastics, because I was getting in the way.
Good job, babe.
And then when I was 5, I moved to Pennsylvania, and I started at my gym, my club gym, and I stayed there the rest of the time. One of my friends, my old teammates, looked here, and then she ended up going somewhere else, but I remembered the name when she told me she was looking there. It was like within the ranking I knew I could fit, so I just emailed Joanna, and then it happened.
Arden came in and blew us away this year. She is an outstanding young woman, and she was consistently in the lineup on 3 events. We were pretty successful this year with the really young team that we had. We had a lot of successes, the most wins that we've had in a regular season in a while, and ended up with like 4th in the MAC regular season. So we had a lot of accomplishments this season.
We broke the vault record this year. We won over half our MAC meets this year, and we beat some pretty big conference schools this year. So that was all really exciting.
Arden's a big leader on the team also. She's more of the vocal leader, and she wants the very, very best for the team, so she's gonna encourage everyone, but she's also not gonna let them slack off. I would have never guessed that she would be my best friend on the team, but from the first weekend that we met, we knew that we had something in common.
She's my best friend here. We just, I don't know, we get each other, we know when we need alone time, we know we want to do stuff together, and she's one of those people where if I'm nervous, I'll look at her for reassurance. So it's been nice this year that she's traveled to every meet, so then if I'm nervous or I'm upset, I just look at her, she says something to me. It's helped me learn how to chill and to rely on certain people for what I need.
Her and Tori have a great relationship, and they're roommates. They have a lot of fun together, and I think that they have both been through some unique tragedy in their life, and I don't know if inherently they just bond because of who they are as people, or if that has a connection to it.
I had 2 coaches at my club gym my whole life. Bob Schultz and Tom Ford, and Tom Ford was the owner. Both of them have just been father figures. And then my sophomore year, the summer going into my sophomore year, Bob was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer or something along those lines. And he passed away October. The next year, Ford had lung cancer. There was a day where he couldn't come in anymore, or he couldn't coach, so he would only come in for an hour. I told him I was committed to Ball State, and he was so excited for me, and then a couple weeks later, he passed away. So since it was my senior year, I knew I could come back from Bob's death. Having both of them gone was really hard, but I just wanted a good senior year, so I just tried to let the team have fun and to just do it for them. It was hard. We didn't have practice for a while, and then at meets, people would just come up to you and say, I'm so sorry, and it's I don't want to talk about it. But a couple of my teammates were I don't want to do gymnastics unless they're here, they're my coaches, but then you just had to talk them through it and make them realize that they need to do it for them and not quit despite them.
Because she stepped up for her teammates, for all of the younger ones, and she worked through some of her own grief by leading. She wasn't stuck in it necessarily. She worked through it in a really healthy way. We were recruiting her. She seemed like a very well put together young woman, had an understanding of where we were going. I knew there was a lot of potential gymnastically there, but when you find out and watch them navigate a situation at such a young age in such a mature way, you know that you've got a valuable person.
College gymnastics has always been my dream, and I knew that especially Bob would be so mad at me if I quit for that reason. Now it's time, I'm here, I'm in my dream, and now I need to set goals and just work to get them done within these next couple years.